Over on TikTok, there is a conservative TikToker named Conservative Rose who was posting about vaccines and why the fact that they're free shouldn't necessarily make you more confident. And from there, she accidentally became a socialist. Watch.
Let me ask you this. If giving out free COVID vaccine shots is the health of the nation, then why don't they give out free chemo? Why don't they give out free insulin? Food for thought. If the government really cared about people, they would make stuff like that for free. So it should make you think as to why they're pushing this free vaccine.
So I just want to say, you couldn't see, but I watched Jordan's like, it was basically that guy in the woods, like smiling in real time.
She's speaking to my heart.
You're making some good points, Conservative Rose. I like it. Yeah. Why do we let people die of cancer and heart disease and diabetes and all sorts of chronic things that we could help? Why do we allow that? You raised some good points, Jordan. What do you think?
Yeah, checkmate, Libs. It's exactly, but I think it also speaks. If you were to remove people from these partisan bubbles, from these kind of hyper partisan media outlets that like Fox is trying to distort people's perceptions, MSNBC to an extent is trying to distort people's perceptions. If you were to talk to people just straight about their class-based issues and ignore what McConnell is pushing or what Biden is pushing, people want a system where healthcare is simplified. No one likes their insurance company. No one says, "Oh yeah, I love trying to get my claim approved for several hours on the phone with an insurance representative." No, it sucks. It's a ton of paperwork. If you had a streamlined system that if the wealthy paid for, you remove all titles, all branding, all partisanship on paper. Vast majority of the country loves it. The people who don't like it are the rich, and those are the people who influence narratives and talking points to convince the working class that it's not in their best interest. So at its core, this is an example of that. Beyond partisan lines, this is something that's wildly popular if you were to just present it as is. So I love it. I love when these things happen because it's slightly affirming, because I do think a cross class, cross race, a multicultural, intersectional, populist message is a winning one.
So this video is for women. All women. Women are the most susceptible to emotional manipulation. What do I mean by that? Well, the midterms are happening in a few weeks, and millions of women across the country will show up to the polls to vote for one reason and one reason only: the right to an abortion. How easy it was to turn an entire generation of women into single-issue voters. It doesn't matter that the average retirement plan has lost 25% of its value over the past year. It doesn't matter that women's restrooms have become one of the most dangerous places a woman can be. It doesn't matter that we have an open border that will inevitably cause the collapse of our economy and all of Western culture. Yep, nothing else matters to these women except that one single issue: the right to destroy the greatest gift you were ever given. There's a reason that the Democrats and the left come up with very simple slogans and repeat them and repeat them and repeat them. Because women, especially on a college campus, just eat that shit. Because women are the most susceptible to emotional manipulation and propaganda.
Ew. Oh, I want to give a shout out to Rachel Andrew on TikTok, RACHEL ANDRUE. She intercuts into that diatribe amazingly. She points out such things as, listen, this is an economic issue when you're talking about women's bodies and abortion. Also, abortion is a single issue voting concept for a bunch of Republicans.
Yes.
And everything that he said is so insane. Not to mention, he's saying that women are susceptible to propaganda when all he is doing is listing a bunch of things that he was susceptible to because they were used as effective propaganda. The idea that a woman's bathroom is the most dangerous place. You didn't come up with that idea. Somebody told you that. You didn't spend 1 second thinking through, it's illegal to rape anyone, anywhere. And you then took that and added it to your video. And the last thing I'll say about this guy is, like, it used to be a time when someone was talking to themselves in the park, you were like, all right, they're just having a weird day. They might need some kind of mental health counseling. With this, I like that the people walking through the door, the park, talking to themselves are now increasingly total douchebags making a TikTok.